It was like raining hard, bro. It was raining hard as fuck.
So it was downpouring. It wasn't even raining.
It was just me and Devon.
Man.
Justin's
So
giving his.
he had the windshield wipers on, right? All of a sudden, one flies off. one fucking flies off.
She gone.
In 5, 4, 3, 2,
Two.
1. Welcome everybody to another episode of the BeeHole podcast. I am your host, Lucas the Shroom, and I am joined by 3 more guests of mine. We have, on my right,
Hey, what's up? My name's Adam.
we got Adam. We also have,
It's your boy Devon.
oh snap, we got Redemption Man over here. We just kept talking a whole lot of shit the podcast before.
I'm on your ass.
And we also have,
¿Qué pasa, wey, vatos?
we have to have Vato.
It's the vato Justin. Don't be a hole. Be a beehole.
Yes, sir.
Do be sure.
BLBO.
Do be sure. He is he did pregame a little bit, and he's sipping.
I'm
on
only drinking
something.
water.
Yeah, don't snitch on him. Come
I
on.
know. What you mean? This man only been drinking
Holy water
Dude,
only.
you know the first episode when people were listening to it, they came to me. It's like, yeah, so how come like that Vato dude fucking got a little loose and started talking more? Because in the beginning of the podcast he wasn't talking a lot, but after like more at the end, he just kept talking. I'm like, yeah, he was
sipping
drunk.
the juice.
He was drunk through the whole time, and they're like, oh, that makes sense. That's cool though. You know, it's cool for having them get a little bit loose. You know.
It's that liquid courage right there, bro.
liquid courage. All right, so let's face the facts. Ding, ding, ding. Devon roast these motherfuckers that have been roasted. You can roast me because I roasted you a good amount of times.
Oh shit, we're getting started.
No. We'll roll into it. Just wait on it. Just wait on it.
Oh, so he's gonna poke shots later.
I'll just bring up names. Young XO. Looking at
Young B.O.
No, I'm just playing. Anyways, we got some topics to talk about, but
Fucking J.
first
Cole
off,
wannabe.
let's just go off this conversations. It's just, you know, we're actually doing this in my newest office. I might put this at the thumbnail. You might see my setup as the thumbnail, but I'm in my new office that I am currently renting out from mi madre, my mother.
Shout out to Miss Yang. Mrs. Yang.
She goes by
apologies.
Vang, but she goes by Mrs. Vang. So
Mrs. Vang.
yeah, shout out to my mom.
Mama
right there.
Vang.
Mama Vang.
Shout out to Sugar Mama Vang.
But
No.
no. We might have to throw hands. But no. I'm playing. But anyways, yeah, we got this little space up here. It's up in the attic in her building. But yeah, we're just here right now. This our first podcast here. The previous 2 we were doing at my apartment, but since, you know, we got this new office space, I kind of want to get used to this and actually bring my whole like computer setup and start to dedicate myself, because the idea of me doing my work at home, it's so easy for me to get comfortable and distracted, right? Because if I'm just waiting for a client just to like respond back and such, I can just go to the living room and play my video games and just get distracted and shit to where they respond. I'm like, oh, I gotta finish the story, and then I keep going into the game and shit. And the next thing you know, 2 hours later, I get the shit done, and they're just like, well, you should have had that done like 2 minutes ago or like 2 minutes after I responded, type thing, you know?
I respect that. So you want to try to keep like your work and your home life a little separated.
Yeah, and bring more freedom to what my girlfriend has to like put into the space that I'm gonna potentially take away. But
So-
I don't know if I want to bring my whole desk,
Yeah,
L desk though.
Would you want to bring your whole like graphic designing setup, or would you just want to do like 2 setups here, a little podcasting setup, you know, here at the new office, and then at home you can still have access to your, you know, your graphic designing stuff too?
See, that's the thing, because I might just in the future just invest into a MacBook or like a laptop in the future, just to make it like volatile. I can just bring it home and bring it that. But my iMac has so much power to it, as it being an all-in-one. It has to be stationary. I don't want to keep bringing it back and forth, obviously, and I want to be able to use it. So if we're gonna go into a video format, I'd actually prefer my iMac over here, because there's so much power. You know, it's like streaming a game on a laptop is totally different from streaming it from a PC. You know.
And I actually think that laptop would be more viable as just a graphic designing option too, just
Yeah.
because
Wait,
it's
what is-
portable.
A laptop, if I were to buy one.
Did you buy one? I was with you when you bought your last one.
My laptop?
No, the
No, that was a
MacBook.
Mac. Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Devon
desktop.
was with me. I was with
He
Devon.
asked me. He was like, should I? was like, YOLO.
Yeah, literally shit.
YOLO,
YOLO.
man.
I remember. We were at Best Buy.
Yeah, we were at Best Buy. You guys were talking up to the guy that was
He knew him.
Oh yeah,
Adam
yeah.
knew him.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
won't name drop him, but yeah,
We
He was
saw
a
him
very
again
nice guy.
today.
Shout out to that dude.
yeah.
Best Buy
I
guy.
actually saw him today.
He's
But
getting a little skinnier.
Yeah.
He's growing more of a beard now.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he just got the beard, so he looks skinnier.
He told me that he was like in the army and stuff. And
Oh,
Yeah, he
like,
was.
He had a pretty severe injury that caused him to, enlist early,
Or discharge?
Yeah.
discharge,
Honorable
yeah.
discharge.
Nah, we were there today, dude, and this couple was going off on this worker because they didn't have
You saw Karen today, bro?
they didn't
Yes.
have a washer
male
and dryer
Karen.
in stock.
A male Karen.
A male
Yeah,
Karen.
What do we call
I
them?
forgot.
Kevin?
No, it wasn't
Ken?
Kevin. It might be Ken. It might be Ken. I think. it
Ken
might
and
be
Karen.
Mm,
Oh.
Kyle.
see,
It was,
that-
no, Kyle's the
Kyle
monster
is the
drinking.
drywall
Kyle's the
punching,
yeah.
monster drinking.
Mountain Dew drinking, Dorito eating.
Osiris's.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew and shit.
Fucking Osiris, dude.
I actually never wore any of those. How did
I did
you
not
ever wear
either.
them?
Echo Unlimited.
I wore a Supras.
Supras.
DCs.
Supra shoes, yeah.
Y'all ever already sees?
Nah,
Them
nah,
bitches was
nah.
comfortable.
New
Yeah,
Balance.
DCs.
I
I
was
had
going hard on
DCs.
the New Balances.
You still kind of no. You don't wear New
Yeah, I
Balance.
do.
No,
I
I
do.
I've
don't.
never seen you wearing New Balance. in
What
my
you mean?
life.
This man be wearing dress shoes.
Yeah, shout
Bro,
out to the
I
Arthur
respect
Morgan Ford. we were playing basketball at this park that we usually go to. Now we can't because obviously we got the snow. But in the summertime, this dude Justin over here is never prepared for anything. He is prepared for everything, but he doesn't look like it. He's not built to be prepared, but he does it anyways, right? So this dude always wears jeans, beanies, and like 2 layers of like
It's
tops.
crazy. We can be playing basketball. It's 90 degrees outside, and this dude will pull up in a beanie and jeans
Yep.
and boots.
Yep, and he
It's
doesn't
like-
take them off.
and
He doesn't
boots.
take it
And
off.
I'm still balling
But
out.
then he wears like these cowboy ass, these dress shoes, like these brown dress shoes. And then Adam just comes like, "Hey, bro, shout out to the Arthur Morgan Force."
Hey, man, I got these boots straight from Esco, man.
Hey, those
If
are
you guys-
fresh though.
If you guys don't
Can't even
understand
lie.
that reference, Arthur Morgan is the protagonist of the game Red Dead Redemption 2.
If you
He's a-
haven't
he's a
played it,
cowboy.
you're fucking dumb.
He's a cowboy.
I haven't played it.
Such a good
He's
game.
an outlaw.
You're fucking dumb.
It's really good. I've played it like I think 3 to 4 times because it was that good. The amount of
Really?
detail,
Holy shit!
dude. The amount of details that goes into that game, you just appreciate every time you play it.
Sheesh. All right. Maybe I will have to go through it
Commitment,
again.
bro. Commitment.
Yeah, dude, it's really good.
But
might
can
have
you
to
bring yourself to be evil as Arthur?
No, dude, I
Yes.
tried so hard. I just couldn't
Yes.
do it. I just couldn't do it.
Of course, 100% yes.
Of course you can, Mr. Demon Time.
What time was it? Demon
used-
time.
Demon O'Clock.
I used to make niggas quit online.
Yeah, he had the varmint rifle and headshot every fucking time.
Sniper gang.
Nah, chase your ass down. They ain't
No,
getting away from me.
The idea of the weakest gun to be the strongest when it's a headshot, it was crazy. Because the varmint rifle is what it does. It kills like
Varmint.
little animals. But it just
Nah, it was killing full ass, grown ass men.
Honestly, the Red Dead Online is terrible.
yeah. I think it's
Awful.
just more of like if you really want to live like a
Why-
cowboy, it's really that. That's
Well,
why GTA is just
yeah,
updated it's still updating.
When you compare it to GT Online and Red Dead Online, it's just like the possibilities in GT Online are just so endless because of how much it parallels modern times.
Yep.
Oh god, like what? GTA 5 came out what?
2013.
2013.
2013,
Jeez.
and people are still
Red Dead came out in
actively-
2018.
and actively playing it.
Well, new updates.
Speaking of Red Dead Online, Luke, you got to tell me how this name started of this
Oh,
group.
we were okay. So on our episode 2, it was me, Dakota, Vato, and Young XO, right?
Young B.O.
So we were actually going to be recording episode 3 the same day, but our energy at the second half of that episode was just so dead. We just started talking about wrestling, and it wasn't really interesting. So I think I believe I scrapped it. I believe I still have the audio from the first half, but so to reconnect the story, so the BeeHole Bandits is a weird ass name, obvious reasons. But playing Red Dead Redemption 2 with our whole squad, we call ourselves the Booty Hole Bandits, right?
Cool,
So
coming
we're-
for that booty.
Yeah, so we go online. We can create a group, or in the game known as a posse. So we create a posse. We put the name. We just did Booty Hole Bandits, and our whole like stigma was just to lasso people and then just shoot them straight in the ass. And then we try to incorporate that into other games, but obviously with other games and censorship, they just we couldn't use Booty Hole. We couldn't use Butthole, so we just shorted it down to BeeHole. And now we got the name BeeHole podcast. But we're just known as the Booty Hole Bandits.
The booty hole bandits.
Booty Hole Bandits.
It sounds so bad.
It
It's-
does.
It
It
is.
really does.
Sounds so bad.
It's
It's
so
a
bad.
badge of honor. Wear it with pride.
God, wear with pride.
I don't
You
know
know-
if I'm putting it on the resume.
You know, for so long I was.
Imagine.
That's my number one thing in my bio on LinkedIn, bro.
You know, for so long I wanted to come up with like a design or a logo about booty hole bandits, but I just couldn't get myself
No,
to do it,
dude.
dude. Because originally we were called PS4 group chat. It was a group chat consisted
yeah.
of PS4, our group, but most of us played PS4s, and I made a logo for that. But then we got into the booty hole bandits Red Dead craze. We started inviting more of our close friends, and then we were just like, fuck it, let's just make this just our group chat, our forever group chat. Booty hole bandits, and I tried to come up with a design. I just
And
couldn't.
that shit's I also had that for how long? That
Booty hole
group
bandits?
chat? No, the group chat.
PS4. That's like 2016.
That chat, no.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah,
'Cause
2018.
after
because
graduation.
Yeah.
It was right around near the end of 2018 graduation where we all started to kind of hang out. We all knew who each other was, and we kind of were friends, but we didn't really start to get close until the end of high school, weirdly enough. Like, I think we were always like aware of each other and thought we were like cool, but
Yeah,
we
I mean,
really like
with
like,
us
tightened
four,
up hard.
us four, including Daniel, we were friends since
Fuck
middle
Dan.
school. So we knew each other ever
Marcus.
since. Yeah, and Marcus. We knew of each other ever since middle school. So during high school, I kind of separated myself because middle school I was known as whitewashed to the Hmong people, and I consider myself whitewashed even then. But
You are pretty white.
yeah,
Well,
you know, a lot of people.
Most
Have,
people are just hella judgmental.
you know, a lot of people at my workplace saying you are pretty white for an Asian dude. I was
But
like,
you gotta think about it. You're a first generation American.
Exactly. We've been
Which is-
acclimated.
So you grew up different than your parents
yeah,
did.
definitely. Which is my parents never hold on me though, thankfully. You know.
But your parents are super Asian.
Yeah, they
Super,
are.
super.
But
But honestly,
you know,
they seem to have adapted pretty
yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
for
they seem
sure.
to speak like pretty well English, and they're like you know, they know like trades and
my
like,
mama
plenty
can
of shit.
definitely hang. She has her own business
Hell
now. She
yeah.
owns this fucking
Woo!
building. She has her boundaries with motherfucking people now.
That's right.
My dad's
crazy.
kind of getting onto that, but you know he's got to get to his old ways and shit. But my dad is really comfortable with other people, so he's down for everything.
Your mom is the brains and your dad's the muscle. For
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah,
Hell
definitely,
yeah.
man.
And then they come together and they make you my boy.
Yep. My mom said I'm the perfect son.
Prom child.
You're the young prodigy, bro.
So actually, let me tell you this. I just told Justin this about like 30 minutes ago, but
Crazy.
being the quote unquote perfect son, she always reminds me, right? Which is surprising because like in middle school to high school, it's the whole Asian mom stereotype of like, oh, you need to be a doctor, education is everything, which it is.
A B A
But
B A B.
It just isn't for everyone, So I kind of
Mhm.
drifted off, but
Mhm.
me not smoking, me not drinking, or not having these negative or bad habits or stigmas, she just considered me, and me being mature and being quote unquote smart for someone my age.
I was about to say you are pretty mature for your age.
Yeah, and being very patient.
Very.
She considers me like the perfect child, and I'm like, it's crazy because she literally says she's proud of me, and that's like everything what a kid wants,
That
right?
is-
But like, it's up to the point where now, you guys know the card.
Does it ever get annoying?
No, definitely not.
No.
Because it's my mom. I
Yeah.
never think my mom and my dad is annoying. I had to go pick them up from Chicago.
O'Hare.
What is? Yeah, the O'Hare Airport in Chicago because they went to this. I think this is country. I think it's Santa Cunta. I think it's what it's called. But they went outside of the country to go celebrate their vacation. They came back around. I think it was Tuesday. I was working Tuesday, but I actually put a vacation for a half day. My birthday was on Monday, and then on Tuesday I just took a half day because I'm like I might as well just fucking do my half day on Tuesday. That way I can have half day of Tuesday and then Wednesday and Thursday off. So I did the half day on Tuesday, and then they messaged me saying, "Hey, are you able to come pick us up at 8:30?" I'm like, "Where?" Chicago. Chicago is 2 hours away.
Depends how fast you drive. Maybe
Yeah,
it's-
definitely-
Depending on how
definitely-
fast you drive.
Man, Devon should. He has a
Well,
story. He has a
I've
story.
done it.
Yeah, but he has a story about me driving fast as fuck. But anyways,
Fast as fuck, boy.
anyway, we'll touch upon that. In a
Shit,
little
was
bit.
I there? Oh yeah.
No. You were there for one, but he was there for the other.
You got a
and
heavy
the-
foot.
But me,
Yeah.
I think I do too. But anyways, I go over there. My mom actually, I drive like a 2000 Toyota Camry right now. I don't think that shit's gonna make it 2 hours. So I'm contemplating. I'm like, fuck, I don't have a car. But thankfully, my mom left her car at her house, and then she told me where the secret key to get into the house and the secret key to get into her bedroom, and I could take the key and take her car and go over there and get it. So as I go drive over there to get it, I see these two little Asian people smiling and waving. I'm like, we're so happy that you came to pick us up. We didn't think you were going to do it. I'm like, well, I'm just happy I'm here. So I drive them back home. And my mom just starts talking about their experience and vacation and all that. And then she brings out you're the perfect son and all that. Added on with, you know, I'm sorry I wasn't there to celebrate your birthday. I'm like, Mom, don't worry about it. I'm getting older now. You know, birthday's just another day, but it's just a day to appreciate myself even more. But she goes like, yeah, I know, but you know, I just wish I could spend it with you. I'm like, it's okay. And she goes, you know, not to say this for your birthday, but for you being the perfect son. And I consider this car that you're driving, her car, as the company car, as in my business is what bought this car.
Mhm.
So I don't really have the responsibilities. I don't want anyone else's responsibilities on it but you. I'm like, okay, so what are you getting at? So since you're a safe driver and I believe that you can, you know, keep my car safe, I want to give this car to you. I want to give this option, or I want to give you the opportunity to pay for this car. I'm like, oh shit. It's a nice 2021 Lexus NX. It's the white SUV. You guys seen it before. And 57,000 miles. And she only drives on the highway from Madison to where we live now. So the good reason about that is that it's low miles, and the fact that it's on a highway, you're not gonna get the, you know, suspensions fucked up because you're not doing it in the city. So 57,000 miles, and she offered me it for $10,000.
Yeah, because I was about to say the roads here are.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think about it. All-wheel drive, leather interior, sunroof, navigation. Man, you name it. It has a heating seats and cooling.
It's
bro.
2021,
AC,
dude. That
yes.
is new.
Yeah,
That's
she
new.
she
Lexus.
offered me for $10,000, dude. And I recently just applied for the loan today, and I got approved for it. But now she has to pay like $3,000 off of the car still. She says she's gonna do it tomorrow. And I'm like, $3,000, ready to just fucking send the rest of that car and just give it to me? I'm like, take your time. Like, I have a car. I can go to work. I mean, just don't forget me. But she's still just so focused on getting me that car because she's gonna buy a new car too. But it's just, yeah, that shit just came up like recently.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Crazy.
That'd
I'm
be
gonna say
fucking a
this.
Great opportunity.
I hope it happens, but I don't hope it happens, but I do hope it happens. I hope this is your family car one day.
Yeah.
Where you pulling up,
Yeah,
picking up your
definitely.
kids,
Oh
dropping
my
your kids
God.
off.
Dude, I've been literally tired of fucking,
Hey,
you know, coupes and like two-door cars and shit.
I'm
My
about to
last
say,
car was a
you-
fucking Honda Accord,
Yeah.
two-door
What happened to
cars.
that car?
Yeah, where's that?
So that Accord was like,
I ain't seen that thing in years,
There's
bro.
something-
I was about to say,
And I
I
never
remember him.
why it
Oh, it's getting
disappeared.
fixed, so I'm just borrowing my
Yeah.
dad's car.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
So-
And then you're like, oh, it's fixed, but you're still driving your dad's car.
See, no, that's the thing. So it needed to be fixed. Apparently, there was something going on for it not to start up. The engine is revving, but I don't want it to overturn it. But it's not gonna start up. It's the engine's revving, right? So my dad's he's the all around perfect dad to like do everything, plumber, fucking car mechanic, and all that, electrician and shit. He specializes in
Shout out to Papa
electrician.
Yang.
Papa Yang.
He's damn near Mexican.
Definitely. But anyways, he was working my car for like almost a year, and he just gave me this the Camry that he was temporarily using. But so what happened was
I'm about to say, didn't he buy a car too?
yeah, he has this 2022 Toyota Tacoma,
Sexy.
the
Sexy.
Army Green.
Didn't he have a Beamer?
Yeah, he still has that Beamer. He's planning to
Sexy.
sell it though because originally he was gonna use it for him and my mom, just for driving in the summertime. My mom gets a headache, so he's like, it's not worth it to keep it anymore. I think he's trying to sell it for like $6,000. I'm like, shit, I might have to buy that off of you, but I don't know,
You
man.
don't need that, man. You need that Lexus.
No, now since I got this Lexus here, man.
You need that Lexus.
Now since I got this Lexus, that's out of the question, dude. But anyways, yeah. So my Accord was getting fixed for a while. And then apparently he said he fixed it, but even trying to turn it on, it's the same thing. So as soon as I got off of work, I think it was the next day I had off and I was out of town. I was going to Milwaukee for some reason. My dad calls me. He's like, hey, so he's talking about my cousin. Your cousin is interested in getting the car. She just turned, I think, 16. She wants to get the car. She wants to just have the car. And I'm like,
Accord?
Yeah, the Accord. And my dad helped me pay for this. He paid full in cash, but I started to, pay for it back later. But so he just willingly just gives her the car. For me, it's not going to be anything bad for me because I'm just like, you helped me buy the car. I mean, I have the Camry now. It's a 4-door. I'm happy with it. So I'm just like, yeah, just do whatever. I consider it your car because it's technically it's under my name, but like
technically it's
yeah,
kind of like his car.
Yeah, because it's since you're the parent and you got it for me when I was like 18, I will still consider it your car, so do whatever you want with it. And he's like, yeah, since you're not using it anymore, I'll just fix it up and just give it to her. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. So that's what happened to my Accord. I missed the Accord here and there,
I
but
fucking
Seriously,
hate
I learned how to
two-doors.
drive in that thing too.
I hate 2 doors.
Yeah. I think I try to show you most of you guys how to drive in that thing. I showed you. I remember
whipped
one
in
day.
that thing, and I whipped in the Vic.
I
the
remember
Crown
one-
Victoria.
I had my license already.
Ooh, what year is that Crown Victoria?
1991, baby.
We were talking about this
Old school
fucking
beauty.
his random fucking cars, like I think a couple podcasts ago.
Last year,
he
the
always
Ace
pulls
pulls
yeah,
up
last
in
podcast.
a different car.
Yep. But yeah, anyways, for a specific story, Devon didn't have a car at the time because we were like just got out of high school. But we were at
I had
Dakota's.
my license though.
Yeah, we were at Dakota's crib for some reason. I picked up Devon and all, and then he has to go pick up his brother, but he doesn't have a car. I'm like, all right, since you have your license, just go drive my car. Just go pick him up and shit. He comes back, his chin is on top of my car. He's like, Luke, I love your car. I was
Bro.
like, really?
I remember that.
I fucking love driving that fucking shit, man.
Yo, you
this,
zooming. This
Oh,
man
hell
whipped
yeah.
the Vic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your drunk ass.
Yeah. we steady exposing Justin over here, man. But we all
Hey,
love Justin.
Hey, we
man.
didn't drink and drive that night, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what's really good about you, man. Is that you don't take the opportunity to drink and drive. If you know that you're drunk, you call everybody that you can to come possibly pick you up and drive your Vic or drive whatever your car you brought there and just drive it back home. Safe.
Hey, I ain't
Safe,
catching
man.
no cases, man. I don't want no felony on my record.
Facts. But anyways,
everyone just drive for
Devon, that story about me driving fast.
Oh yeah.
skating fast, eating ass.
Indeed.
Was this when we were coming back from Minnesota?
Yeah, we were going to Minnesota and coming back. Remember?
But no,
In
you
2
got pulled.
hours.
You got pulled over coming back.
No, I
was
didn't get
going
pulled.
for-
I didn't get pulled over in Minnesota.
No, that was
That was
when we were
Madison.
Coming back, yeah, from Madison.
Oh.
Dude,
For that fucking
Oh,
state
yeah.
trooper.
You were
that
there.
state trooper.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there for that one. But
But nah,
different time.
when we was going to fucking Minnesota. Okay, it was
Make sure you're
my bad.
Yeah.
It was like raining hard, bro. It was raining hard as fuck.
So it was downpouring. It wasn't even raining.
It was just me and Devon.
Man,
But Justin's
so-
giving his.
He had the windshield wipers on, right? All of a sudden, one flies off. one fucking flies off.
She gone.
And so we sitting there driving, and every time we because it was just,
It was a screech,
Dude.
dude.
we tried turning the music up. It just got louder.
So you're talking about the actual windshield wiper blade popped
Yes.
off?
Yeah, it
Okay.
popped
Yeah.
off, and you know how the windshield wiper you can
Yeah.
replace the blade, but the windshield
Yeah,
like
it'll
thing
still scrape.
itself,
Yeah,
it's like it's based on a hook, so that
Yeah.
shit's just scraping along.
Yeah.
That shit's
Oh
just
my God.
scraping. And we tried to turn the music up. Just got louder
We can't
and
afford it to-
louder.
We can't afford to turn the fucking wipers off because it's raining
Yeah.
hard.
We was like, yeah, no. But luckily there was a gas station. He bought a new wipe.
That's clutch that
wiper.
they had at that.
Man.
Wow.
That
That
shit was
shit
so
was
funny.
scary.
But anyways, so driving to Minnesota from where we are is like 5 hours. We're at like
5 or 6 hours.
we're on the right side of the Wisconsin state, and Minnesota is literally like across the state. So we had to drive across the state. So we had to go to St. Paul, Minnesota for like since I'm a graphic designer, we just went to. I was originally a part of a group, and my group is usually held within Minnesota. So I just went one weekend. I told Devon, I'm like, "Are you down to go to Minnesota with me?" Straight up, he just said, "Yeah, for sure." I was like,
said,
that
"Fuck
was
it.
quick. Literally,
I'll go."
literally like the few nights before, I just told him that he's like, "Fuck it, I'll go." I'm like, "Shit,
Oh
bet."
God, I called off. I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So
On the way there,
go.
I drive super fucking fast. I have a heavy foot, so it's like I'm driving like 100 miles per hour there and back. No cops, steady fucking highway. But even then,
Dog, I
like,
felt like it was like a 3-hour drive.
See, now-
I felt like he shaved off 2 hours.
definitely, because Devon had this story. Because Devon was telling me like, Luke, we were just in Green Bay. We were just coming into Green Bay like not too long
Yes,
ago,
bro.
and we're out of Green Bay now. I was
Because
like,
like on the snap map, it show you where you are. Okay, I looked at it.
That
I'm
is
like,
such a weird feature. I don't like it.
I don't either. But I looked at that and I'm like, bro, we were just in Green Bay. How the fuck are we all the way over here? he
I
was
was
like, I don't know.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Time as a passenger goes by so much faster than as the fucking driver.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, it's when you're driving, you're always just focused on the road, while the person in the passenger seat's just minding his own business.
What's the most you guys have ever driven in one trip?
One trip,
Or like, well, yeah, like one sitting.
I think it's literally just Minnesota.
I think for me it was
7.5.
6 hours for me when I bought my car from Minnesota.
7.5.
Woo! Is
From
that to
Kentucky.
Indiana
Kentucky.
or to?
Indianapolis.
Oh,
Wait. Oh shit! I totally forgot about that. No,
But you didn't drive
It was
in
like
Kentucky
6.5
though.
for Kentucky, right?
I only drove 6 hours.
Oh.
That one. Indiana was for when I did construction.
I drove from here to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh my
So
god!
what-
How long was that?
Shit, it was a long ass time.
It is fucking shit.
And then from Memphis, we stayed for like 2 hours, and then straight from Memphis, we went to Dallas, Texas.
Hell, dude.
And then I called Adam.
Hell, that is
Yeah, so
stressful.
you literally went from like the northern states of the northern part of the United States all the way down to fucking Texas.
To damn dude, I called Adam in Dallas, bro. I'm like, what up, Adam? What you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just chilling. What you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm in Dallas right now.
And I was like, wait, huh? And he switched the camera around. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm just hanging out in fucking Dallas, bro. And I was like, what?
But now
Crazy.
we stopped for barbecue in Memphis, and then as soon as we got done with the barbecue, we checked out the Martin Luther King
You
memorial
didn't want to get
thing.
no freaking barbecue in Texas?
And then we went straight to Dallas. I drove from Memphis, Texas.
Damn.
How close is Memphis to that?
Not close at all. You gotta think about it. Tennessee's way over here, and then you got Texas way down here.
I like how Texas was just your main priority compared to all the other states. Okay, we're in Tennessee. Where do you want to go? Texas. Let's go to Texas.
Well, originally it was from I had to drive my sister down to Texas because that's where
Mm.
she was staying and doing shit at the time. So she needed someone to go with her,
Mm.
and I'm like, "Fuck, I got my license, I got a clean record. Let's go. I'll drive." And then it turned in from we're gonna switch to me driving the whole time. And her
Yep,
just
that's the
chilling
same
and
thing with
sleeping.
me doing with Devon all the way to Minnesota. I was driving the whole time there and back.
But it was a good experience though because I learned how to, I guess, see more
You
traffic.
ever heard
Oh,
of
yeah.
those diamond diverging intersects?
No,
No, I've never heard
please
of that.
explain though.
I'm not gonna explain because I can't really understand them
Okay,
myself.
okay.
But it's a really weirdly complicated traffic route system, and it's kind of similar to how roundabouts work, to where traffic should be continuously flowing due to the layout of the highway,
Hmm.
and it doesn't have any stoppage, which is none of those are around here at all. But a lot of people that have them, it seems complicated at first, but apparently the flow of traffic is a lot smoother in areas that have those.
But when I was driving from Memphis, the first half of the journey, it was good scenery, but like Chicago was nice and stuff. But as soon as we're done with Chicago, like going from Chicago to Memphis, all the way through Illinois is pretty much nothing but open land. So it wasn't like no scenery. It was just like big ass fields
Fields
of
and
nothing.
shit.
Flatlands.
But you're not
Flatlands,
driving on the
that's-
country though,
No,
right?
that's the plains. That's
No,
why.
we're
That's how
driving
it
in
was
the highway.
going to Indianapolis. It was just a whole bunch. It was flat ground and.
But Illinois is pretty
flat
much
ground and
You gotta realize,
Chicago,
this area was known as the Great Plains for.
and then after Chicago, it's absolutely nothing.
Mm.
It's like a lot of farms and like wind tunnels and whatever.
A lot of farmers.
Pretty much.
But going back to what Luke said on how he was driving the whole time. Okay, in my defense, I ain't never driven on a highway before that. So
Sink or swim, bitch. First time for everything.
I never shit
They
on
did-
him for
they-
it though.
they
I just
did
tell him that's
that's
how
what
the
they
story
did when I
went.
worked construction. My very first day. All right, we gotta go somewhere, and we had to hop on the highway. I'm like, what?
You just gotta do it.
I ain't never drive on a highway.
Hey, but now I'll fucking drive anywhere. What's up? Let's go.
Oh,
I'll drive anywhere.
he's challenging everybody out
I'm in
there.
Mexico tomorrow.
Bet no, no.
I got work. I got
You
priority.
said anywhere, bro.
I don't got a passport yet either.
You can drop me off on the border.
Yeah, exactly.
Drop me off at the border.
I'll call you when I'm ready.
I ain't coming back. You better.
Damn.
Fuck it, I'll fly back.
I'm about to say fly back, motherfucker.
But I did fly back from Dallas, so when I went down there. So I dropped the car off with my sister, and then I flew back from Dallas.
Did your sister go with you, dude? Dallas?
I drove her to Dallas in a car, so she could have a car down there. And then after I dropped her off, I went
To
to
Tennessee?
the Dallas airport and flew from Dallas back to our state.
I like how it's just on the fly. He didn't have any plans.
But it kind of sucked because they almost didn't let me fly in Dallas because at the time I had a paper ID, like the temporary one they
Oh
gave you at the DMV.
man,
I didn't have my physical one yet.
Damn.
And then
So they was about to say, nah, you can't come.
And the only thing I had was a
I
string
guess that-
backpack.
I guess that does seem kind of sus though, huh? It could be easily counterfeit.
Yeah, for sure.
Only thing I had was a string backpack, and it was only dirty clothes in there.
Wow.
And then the dude was giving me a hard time. He's like, "So what's in the bag?" I'm like, "Dirty ass clothes. You want to check?" You can go ahead and check, bro. They probably stink right now, but. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna let you fly this time, but next time it's a no go for you.
That's fire. That's fire.
Hey, shout out to him for letting you fly.
But if I went if he wouldn't let me fly, I would have been.
Ain't none of
stuck.
us was gonna get you.
Should've just
Let's
tossed
be honest.
some dirty boxers up at his ass.
That's literally across the country for us. That's literally across the country from going up to down.
Pretty much the farthest you can get away from where we are.
Holy shit, that must have been like a good 13 hours, huh? 13 plus.
The drive,
20?
yeah. It was pretty. It was mostly a
I think-
day, yeah.
My family from Washington drove over from Washington State to Wisconsin. That took them like 20 hours, and that's damn near from one end,
Damn.
like the whole
That's also a lot
west
of
side,
gas.
the west coast of the state or
How
the
many times did you
country.
stop?
At least like 6 times.
That's understandable. I think Devon and I, we stopped like twice.
Well, we had a hybrid, so it was like electric and gas.
Oh.
So it kind of wasn't too bad on gas, but they still use gas.
If you guys were to travel, would you consider road tripping or flying?
How far am I going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
always
state-
depending.
Anywhere in the state,
Oh, I'm driving.
Everywhere in the state, it's easy.
I'm driving.
Right.
or not in the country. I keep
Anywhere in the
up.
country, I'm driving.
The whole country,
I'm
Oh,
driving.
I was
Okay.
about to say if it's state, nigga, I'm
the
driving.
whole country.
And it depends how long I'm going for. If I'm going for only a week, let me fly. If I'm going for a couple months, I'm driving.
I'm sorry, what?
But you can't drive with you can't drive with any car in your repertoire right now, dog.
Somebody's driving me and I'm driving.
you can't drive the moped. We can talk about the 2-man driving the moped again if you really want to.
Only one man on that moped. No other men. It's a 1-seater and 1-seater only.
See, I don't know. It all depends on if I want to drive or is like money an issue.
Is my car gonna survive?
Depends.
too.
Depends the scenery. Is the scenery nice where I'm driving? Is it kind of shitty? Is it just big cities? Do I want to see
You
it?
can't really, okay, so
You can't tell all
you
the
can't
time.
tell because you just go. You don't really expect to see, like, I want to see cities when I'm driving through a country state.
But then it also wonders because like you fly to places and then
All
you
you
get a
see is-
rental,
you just see clouds.
right? Like you fly to a place and then you get a rental. So
Yeah.
it was like maybe you should have just drove there. Then who knows?
But driving is more memorable than flying for sure.
That is true.
You make
got-
more memories
You got
driving than you
more
do
memories,
flying.
Yeah.
But if I'm going outside the country, I'm flying. for
well, you
sure.
have to. What are you
Hands
What are you
down.
gonna do?
No, you
Fucking
could drive.
go on a.
You
Yeah,
could drive.
yeah,
It's gonna take a long ass time, but
drive.
I was talking about like Japan shit. Like you can't drive to Japan, you dumbass.
one day you can with them flying cars they're making. I'll see you over there.
I wasn't talking about Canada or Mexico. This dude's priority was Mexico. That's why he said I could drive to Mexico. Fucking me.
Hey, Canada too, man. It's not too far away. It's
That is not too far away. We still got to go
I'd
see
go to
one of our.
Canada.
We still got to go
Mm-hmm.
see one of our Canadian buddies, Josh. Shout out to Josh, man.
Canadian, eh?
I don't think you guys never really talked to Josh, but
I remember Josh.
Back
I,
when
I like.
I remember him, but not like
yeah.
I
We
see
played
him-
Smite with him, Adam.
I
We
see him
played
pop.
Smite.
I see him pop online every once in a while.
Yeah, because him and I, because back in playing in Black Ops 2, back in the PS3 days, I was a straight trick shotter. I was a trash trick shotter,
Yeah, you
but I had my ways to kind of start graphic designing because trick shotters, they have like a persona online. They go on Twitter and shit, and they have clans, and then they have personalities and all that. And obviously, with all that, you need profile pictures, you need banners and shit. So I would be the type of person that gotta start up on that shit. So me being friends with this one dude named his name was Teg. It's abbreviation for the Epic Gamer. Well, you gotta remember he's like 4 years younger than me, so it's like, it's kid talk. But he was so good to where he actually got attention from bigger audiences or bigger teams, clan teams, or bigger clans. So he got into a party with this dude named MSC Blurs, and at the time I think it was like 2013ish, and they had 20,000 subscribers on their YouTube, and that's 20,000 for people that just does stupid tricks on a game, right?
Damn.
Doing stupid tricks on a
bad,
game
not
with a
bad.
sniper.
Not bad.
It's literally just 360s and then change it to a separate gun and then hitting it with a sniper shot. That's literally what a trick shot is. But there's so many ways you can incorporate it into a
triple.
yeah, and feeds. So people consider it feeds too, where you get like collaterals or you get a bunch of kills that appears on the kill feed with like a sniper and all that, right? So we met so my friend Teg was in this party, and then we were with a bunch of MSC members, and me just being a graphic designer, I would just kind of be the person to kill everybody and leave one person alive and not fuck with them while everybody just do their stupid tricks. So shortly after that, MSC Blurs had kind of like a liking towards Teg, and then next thing you know, we started being close friends. We started trick shotting with each other.
What's up?
And then ever since, he just kind of, we made our own sort of clans and shit and all that. And then now we just, ever since Black Ops 2 and the new generation of, gaming consoles came up, we just kind of kept it simple and kept it close to us.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
He does this all the time. But go ahead.
Vato, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, every fucking podcast, I have to let him know, like, it's okay to just laugh in the microphone. You don't have to go away.
My bad. This
No,
dude Adam
no.
was mean mugging me.
No, it's all good. I was just
Oh, we good now. Go ahead. My bad.
But yeah, shout out to my man Josh, MSC Blurs, Patch Me MOP type shit. We try to play games, here and there, but it just wasn't the same as we were playing Black Ops 2, man. That shit was just some
Yeah.
else.
Games
everyone
aren't just the same no more.
everyone gets hit with a hard dose of adulting, and games aren't
Yep.
the same anymore.
People be having kids, shit like that.
Yeah, you can't say the same shit you did last or a couple years, decades ago to the
'Cause
same
you're gonna
thing you
get
did. Yep.
canceled.
Canceled.
Fucking cancel culture.
Yep. It's
You
fucking
get
crazy,
canceled.
man. But it's also crazy on how technology has evolved, dude.
And how much we take it for granted.
Like AIs now. So that's actually going to be a topic we want to talk about. But
Scary upgrades.
we're actually close to our 40-minute mark, so I think we should just consider taking a break here. We'll talk about AI on the next when we come back. So yeah, stay tuned.
Adios.
And we're back. So
Hello.
previously from the break, we were going to be talking about AIs and how technology advanced throughout the years.
So, do we think that AI will eventually replace humans? Or do you think it'll be more of a symbiosis where AI and machine and flesh become melded into one?
Like Cyberpunk?
I'm about to say like Cyberpunk.
I suppose. But I mean, because you think we already have things like, prosthetics. But these prosthetics aren't good enough yet to be able to emulate finger functions and such
Mhm.
quite yet. But who knows? Maybe with things like Neuralink, they'll be able to integrate that kind of technology.
It's definitely terrifying. There's so many movies that have touched upon this. I don't think the government should touch upon it because they'll know.
But it's
gonna
gonna happen.
What happened.
It's
yes.
gonna happen. No matter what, technology is gonna keep progressing forward. This is gonna
Ugh.
be a new can of worms that's gonna open.
Could you
and
imagine,
it's just a question of whether or not we're ready for it.
Yeah.
Already.
Bro, like AI to take over the world.
Well, that maybe, but when you say that, people are thinking like Terminator, Skynet shit.
Yep.
When
I've
take
actually
over
never
the
seen
world.
Terminator.
I've never seen Terminator either. I'm gonna be
We're
crucified
gonna get
for this.
so roasted for this shit.
Get your game up, boy.
I've never seen Terminator either.
I've actually seen it.
Did you fall asleep through
Which
it though?
is why I've
That's
not
that,
falling asleep.
that's that 50% white speaking.
There you go.
There you go.
It's on the list to watch, but I just feel like there's just way too much media to consume right now.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
I heard
and
it
I
was-
have a really
I heard it
long
was
fucking
just
list.
strictly just watch 1 and 2.
Yes.
I would
As
agree
have
with
I.
that.
1
would
and
agree.
2, but 2 is the best, and just don't continue. That's what I was heard. I was
Yeah.
told.
Okay.
But
So, what do you guys know about ChatGPT?
what the fuck is ChatGPT?
I do not know shit about that.
So basically,
Is that where you like ask a question and it'll do
Yes.
something for you?
Yes, ChatGPT
Oh,
is the text-based AI learning model where you'll be able to interact with an AI via text. So you can ask it various questions, and it gets more and more human-like. So you could ask so many broad questions from how do I cook spaghetti
Yeah, my
to what are the top 10 travel destinations
fuck?
in the United States.
Isn't ideally that's just normal nowadays? Because you got like Alexa, you got fucking even tech support. Robots dedicated to get what you need first in order for you to
And
talk
honestly,
to a
like
assistant.
catfishing robots too. Like you
Uh-huh.
know, like scam phone calls and such.
You know, like depending on, it's also based on video games too. Even on the quality of some video games are so trash, but the in-game depth of it, like the technological parts, the coding that are dedicated to this shit. So like the game Phasmophobia, the fact that it's
That's that scary game, right?
yeah, what's that term called where it's like it's accurate depiction of distance between the game. It's like GTA. It's like where like if you're 20 feet away from me, it's hard to hear you. I forgot what it's
Proximity?
called. It starts with a
Proximity
P.
chat?
Proximity chat. Yes. So Phasmophobia has proximity chat with the actual NPCs in the game, which are the ghosts. So you literally
Oh, so if you speak, they'll know where you are.
they'll know where you are.
You can shit talk
but
the ghost and they
there-
finna come
yeah.
kill you.
There is literal key words that are in the game's codes to activate a hunt is what they call it. To activate a hunt or even ask some questions. So like if you can grab like this ghost speaker box or some shit like that, right? You can ask it questions. It can be like, how old are you? It'll say old or young. That's literally like in the game. So
So it doesn't give you like an accolade.
Ultimately, I think
no,
that,
but it will give you the option like how it's set, how it's
Mm.
supposed to be set. But even then,
that's
that
just
is mind-boggling.
yeah. I think that's programming though, because it's just a yes or it's two choices, right?
Yeah.
So then, depending on what type of creature you're dealing with, it'll either register it for one of the two choices of being old or young. Coding is very fascinating. Do you know anything about
No,
coding?
fuck no. That's a lot of shit to get into. I kind of know my way around it to get a certain image because, like, Instagram on a computer, you can't really save an Instagram photo because, as a graphic designer, I have to kind of do my own research to save some photos from the artists that I'm working with to kind of get the right image, to get the right idea for the image and shit. So
Like
I would have to go.
screenshotting and
Yeah,
like cutting
but
and stuff.
having an iMac, I don't really use the screenshot, but I have to save the photo to my downloads, which I have to go insert like I think it's Command I to go into the coding sections of it, and then I have to find that image through like a bunch of text and shit and save that in my downloads.
That sounds like too much work.
It is a lot of work.
What is that? Will Smooth.
Smooth.
What is that Will Smith movie with he's a cop and he's like against the AIs?
Oh, iRobot.
iRobot. I seen that the other day, and
Dude,
that kind of reminded me of
that-
what you guys are talking about.
I
right
love
now.
that movie.
Where the robots are becoming more and more humanized.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
iRobot.
What
Great
is
movie.
another
But then
movie
like
that?
humanize robots, and then you gotta talk about Detroit Become Human.
Yep. Oh my
Oh,
god,
man.
amazing game.
The mocap technology of these games is just insane. Like the attention to detail and the way they're able to capture the facial animations and the performances is just it's incredible. Like The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my god. And it's so crazy because The Last of Us came on like the early 2000s, 2011-ish, 2013-ish, right? As a PlayStation
The
exclusive.
first one?
Yeah. But the mocap, it's so good that it keeps up with today's standards.
Seriously.
Like
Yeah.
you can change the graphics. It's a definite impact. Like I've never played The Last of Us when I had it because it was funny. My brother got me the PlayStation 4 exclusive Last of Us bundle.
Mhm.
I've never played Last of Us, but then recently, like a couple months ago, you know, The Last of Us TV show, the series was coming out as a TV show, and I'm like, fuck it. I think I'm rather play the game first in order to kind of watch the TV show.
I still
Play
gotta
the
finish
game.
the show.
I
You
have
finish
the.
it?
Nah.
I haven't finished it either. I still need to watch some.
I've been
Right.
procrastinating because I was just waiting for the finale to come out because I already know how it's gonna end, and I'd just rather be able to finish it all
You
in one
see how
sitting.
long we gotta wait?
No,
2 years.
Well, yeah, because they have to wait. They're
But
not
still,
gonna
I'm like,
rehire somebody
yeah.
that plays as Ellie.
You
They're not
lost
gonna-
me.
They're not gonna rehire anybody. They're
Mhm.
just gonna wait until Bella Ramsey fucking grows up.
the show was really, from what I've seen so far,
So good.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. But anyways, so having the game in my library for was it like almost a decade, I've never played it.
That's
But
tough.
recently, I tried to get back into it, but then I had the PS4 version. I'm like, yeah, I just want to see how the PS5 looks. Download the PS5 version for $60 or $70. Do not regret buying it because that shit was fucking
Wow.
amazing. And then the fucking mocap, the voice the voice lines, they still hold up to this day. It's fucking amazing.
The delivery, the performances.
Going through the PS3 to the PS4 and to the PS5, definitely worth
That
it.
first scene still hits me.
Definitely
Still
does.
hits me.
A lot of people did not expect it. Obviously, for
even
me,
though-
I cry like a bitch over
Even,
that
Uh-huh.
shit.
even though I've played it, it still hits me.
yep.
It's crazy because I seen a new game coming out where it's like really realistic, where it's pretty much Devon's life story. It's the last Ninja Turtle, and like they killed all his brothers.
Stop talking about my cousin, man.
Oh snap, Devon, is this
It's
the
like the
roasting session, man?
final Ninja Turtle, and they killed all the brothers off. But you get to use all their swords, the dual whatever swords.
The last Ronin.
Yeah, you gotta use all of them.
Oh,
I just seen this like yesterday.
Really?
But it's like a God of War themed kind of game.
Huh?
It's like a single player.
It's being made
Well,
by the people who made God of War.
Santa Monica Studios?
Really?
What
it
the
looks,
fuck?
I don't even play games, but it looks fucking phenomenal.
Now, which God of War are we talking about? You talking about?
No, the newest ones.
Okay, wow. Because I'm like, because Justin's not really into games. I didn't even know. Because if anything, if he was into a
capping.
game,
I know.
it would be God of
I'm
War
surprised
3
you
and
even-
below.
No,
You
he's
even
into
know
2K.
about that.
He's into 2K.
I just saw this yesterday, so it's fresh on my mind. So.
Ah.
He plays 2K and GTA.
No, I'm the best gamer in the group.
That's facts.
Just like how Dan's the best singer in the group.
I can't sing, so maybe he is.
I don't know.
Like
I'm not gonna
he was
risk
in,
my
He was
voice
in
for-
choir. So
That's some white people shit right
Boom. Best singer in the group. Oh, wait. Something
Yeah,
in your.
I'm not
there.
going.
The only thing I can say about Dan is he's a bitch.
Also-
you even wrote it on the board.
Young B.O. is also considered a singer, I guess, because he got offended when you called him a rapper. So what did it? What is
No.
it? No, you said to him, you were
In
like,
my-
"What is
in-
it that made you a rapper?" He's like, "I ain't a rapper, bitch." It's like,
I'm an artist.
He did get very offended.
Damn.
He's
He's like-
offended when you said that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm an artist with autism.
he didn't say that, but I like the added word there. 'Cause it
Hey,
makes
calm
sense.
down.
Nah,
okay.
If anything, I think
Nah, Young B.O., we love you, man. I know he
honestly,
going through
honestly
when he
think
hear this.
I think he's the best singer, honestly.
Well, he's the only one that has a fucking.
Well, he's got flow and
History.
melody at least.
He got a history for this shit.
Dan's white. He ain't got no rhythm.
He don't got no seasoning either.
I knew that was gonna come up.
Damn. Burnt chicken. That's
No.
crazy.
Oh my god,
Man,
Should we-
that
Darker
man,
than
that
you,
man,
darker than Young B.O.
that man
I'm
burned
not
chicken one
dark.
time and has never lived it down since.
No,
No, we're gonna keep it
Never.
forever.
never.
That shit was darker than midnight
That's Wanye.
on a
shit-
good day.
That shit still needs to be unlocked to this day.
He should have got locked up.
It's a lost character.
Yeah.
That's Young B.O.
Unknown.
Young
B.O.
B.O.
Midnight.
Yeah, so I think for since I scrapped the third episode in the first half, he was telling us like, so what is like one fear that you have that's not really masculine up to standards today?
What?
And he goes, so he asked us the question like, what is one fear that you guys have that's not considered masculine in today's society? And he goes, I have a fear of spiders. I'm like, you a bitch.
Y'all were bogus as fuck, bro. Dude, he was trying to
No,
open up to y'all.
No, I was just kidding. I was just playing though. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking crazy because you in the shadow with the spiders too.
How
When
much-
you got offended? I was like, yeah, you kind of look like a spider with that fucking spider ass hair.
Depends, Like,
But I
I
wasn't
wouldn't want
playing
him like
with
crawling up on me.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I wouldn't
no,
say
no.
like I'm fucking like
I'm-
arachnophobic.
Yeah, like I'm not scared of like small spiders, but if it's like a
I'm just fucking with
Yeah, if it's
him.
bigger
big
than my
spider?
hand, if it's bigger than my hand, then I might be a little terrified.
Yeah, for
of it.
sure. I was
If-
just fucking with him
if
because
you're
it's
not
just so
scared,
funny.
there's something wrong with you.
Nah, he was being like
I mean,
genuinely
I'd pop that shit with a BB
answering
gun.
this, and Luke and Fister, man, just started roasting his ass off spiders, man. He's like, you know what, fuck this shit. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. Like,
I'm about to say he
Fuck
can't play
y'all.
Hogwarts then. Because like 90% of the enemies are spiders.
nah,
big,
he's okay with
fat-ass
that.
How
spiders.
can he
Suck
play
it
Spider-Man?
up, bro. They're fucking pixels.
Like he like he came over and he was playing it and then he saw the spider. He was like, oh,
Nah, young XO,
oh.
young XO's most feared spider is the daddy long leg because it's a dad.
No, hell no, it's bogus. But shout out to Young.
Nah,
Yo,
bro,
man.
we much love young XO.
Yeah. We just fuck with
Fuck
him a
you.
lot because he's funny.
No, you gonna say that as soon as you see him, man. You're like, you a bitch, man.
No, he's gonna message the group chat. Hey man, why y'all playing with me like that, man?
Why y'all speaking out my name like that? I don't even
Why
dare
you on
to-
my dick?
Why you on my dick?
I ain't even dare to
He
defend
says that
myself.
all the time.
I
Even
swear,
though-
that's like his catchphrase. Why you on my dick?
yeah, he hasn't said it in the podcast though,
He
but
hasn't.
still,
He really has.
still so surprising.
I'm
We end
waiting
up-
for it.
we-
Next podcast, he gonna say it.
You still gotta roast his ass. Well, technically, you gotta roast me and Justin, and maybe Dakota, because we just got started going off.
I didn't say
Especially
shit about
just-
you.
You called him a ninja
You
turtle.
you say shit all the time. Shut your dumb ass
He
up.
said, "Fuck Devon."
Oh, God.
What we're talking about? Fuck Devon.
I always heard he was like, Fuck Devon.
No, I remember one thing
Devon's
I
a whore.
remember is we were talking about Wingman, and I was like, in the sewer or out the sewer?
Dude, I heard that shit on the way back from dropping my girlfriend off. I was like, bro, he like,
really
I was
said
like,
that?
at first I was like, what is he talking about? And then he said that, I was like,
I know. I think that was the one thing that we were like, what?
yeah.
We were so
Everybody was like,
confused.
what?
The
And he's-
build up was so real.
But like the fact that it went over our head, and then we took time to understand it. We're like, oh, and then we started laughing. He didn't have to explain the joke. I don't think he did.
He did.
No,
Oh.
I did.
And then
Oh.
Wanya was like, if you have to explain a joke, it's not funny anymore.
But he was laughing though.
It has to
Yeah,
make sense.
he was laughing. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Well, you know him. He's the master kappa.
Master
Master
of the
Kappa.
caps. Says
Lies,
he's quote
everything.
unquote Big Daddy Kane.
I've never seen him
the
wear a cap.
Don.
No one calls you that.
Yeah, nobody calls him. Nobody calls him.
That's
the
I
why-
actually
Don.
have never seen him wear caps though.
That's why I call him Young Bo.
He
Because I was like,
can't.
Yeah, the dreads are too much to
Maybe
be
a beanie.
contained in a cap.
He's got that fat ass mop on his head.
If you put a fucking bandana on
this
him,
man is not here to defend himself. Yo, folks.
That's how it
Neither
always.
was I.
That's how it always is. That's how it always is.
if you put a bandana on his fucking forehead, dude, he'll look like the cinnamon stick from the Apple cinnamon cereal box.
Is that why his name's Cinnamon?
No, I don't know.
Dude,
Who said that?
Yeah, man.
I didn't change that.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks.
I was like, who the fuck is Cinnamon?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a stupid nickname he came up with again.
That's his fucking. That's his Pokemon name.
I think Duncan changed it.
Oh, the Duncan already
L.
get me to the joke.
Whoever
I
gave
remember-
him that name, just hold this L.
Cinnamon?
Someone switch it back to Master Kappa.
I remember Duncan got mad. We changed his name to Dunkin' Donuts.
L.
Yo, Bo.
Like he got so mad he left the chat. He left the chat because we put his name as
Really?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Nuh-uh.
Yes,
No way.
No, I
don't
changed his name to
believe-
Young Bo.
I changed his name to Lord Hentai.
and it was like that for
Isn't it
so
still
long.
Like that?
I have to change Marcus's name. I changed his name.
What is?
I
like
okay,
32.
so
I like
okay, so okay, so I changed his name because okay, so consider this is the context, all right? We're in middle school. We are fucking crazy ass teenagers, right?
You were.
Every time I see Marcus, we just had stupid ass, dark ass jokes. He called me Dirty Jew. We called each other Dirty Jew. That's how it was. Not saying that it just holds up to today's standards, but a memory came up from Facebook that Marcus's old profile posted on my Facebook saying you're a fucking dirty Jew. I was like, Marcus, what the fuck? So I changed his name in the chat to Dirty Jew, but now I need to change it because it just fucking feels wrong every time I see Dirty Jew has sent a
I
message.
feel like mine's the same. House on Fire. Is it?
I thought it was
No.
different.
Is it still that?
You're half breed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who changed it to that? Who changed it to that? Oh, I'll censor it. I have to go through it again. I'll censor it. But still, so it's Dick Fist the Pump for Dakota. Luke
Dick
the leader
Fist the
for
Pump.
me.
Leader Luke.
What's leader Luke for me?
Yeah, that name was given to you by someone that's not even in our fucking group.
Hey man, she considered me the leader.
Who?
She a bitch.
And that decision
say
has
no
been
name.
overruled.
We won't say no
I-
names. We won't say
I
no
don't
names.
disagree with the name, but still, I don't like that she gave it to you.
Yeah, but I mean, we were just talking about it, and
It's
all.
that dude that you thought was his little sister, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so that one got you.
I
Yep.
know.
But anyways, I think at the time we were talking about, I forgot what we were talking about, but Nuku and her was just so hard about me being quote unquote the leader because I would make the plans, I would do all the things. You acknowledge it, but I didn't want to make it too hard and be like, you guys have to listen to me. That's just not how I am.
King
But still,
Jong-un over here. and
Cause
stuff.
they just considered me as just the leader of the group since I make the plans. I'm the most responsible. I'm the one that takes care of everybody and everything.
You
So
kind
that's
of
why.
look. You kind of look like him.
What?
King Jong-un.
That's racist.
King Julian?
King Jong-un.
Kim Jong Un? What the fuck?
It's a little racist.
You like his little son. The leader, the dictator.
He's so stupid, dude.
It's a little racist, man.
You know what's so funny? Fucking my coworker said that to me. That's why I said that.
Damn.
Yeah. I got my haircut. He's like, oh, the fuck Kim Jong Un coming up. I was like, that's fucked
Wow.
up, guys. That's fucked up. I have the button. It's on my way. I have the button to send the bombs.
is bigger than yours.
All you need is a statue.
China. I'm getting a statue at China because I'm respected.
You guys see
there.
that Trump got arrested?
Is that shit fake?
For being too orange
Was
or
that
what?
fake?
But it's okay. So speaking of AI, yeah, I think it's fake. Speaking of AI,
Ah,
the
you never know
fucking-
what's true
the
anymore.
deep fake voices and shit. There's so many people coming out with content of like, you know, the former presidents playing Call of Duty Zombies. And they're like, and it's like Joe Rogan and shit. He's like, hey, Biden, I need you to fucking grab this. Okay, Barack Obama, I'm gonna need you to open this door. It's so good because it's their voice, but somebody texted it to make them sound like that. It's fucking crazy how AI is. So we also saw this video that Marcus sent in the group chat about Moist Critical covering the topic, but it was this artist, I believe, he's on Twitter and some shit, but he discovered that he can change his voice to sound like Kanye, and it sounds almost exactly like Kanye. And it's so crazy because it's quote unquote an AI, and it's just a program to change his voice to Kanye. And like,
Why would you though?
I don't know. I mean,
you
could
can
you imagine?
Especially right now.
Could
You
you?
could impersonate all sorts of things.
Could you imagine the negativity or the bad things that will come out of it? The president's coming out with like World War 40, like
yeah, seriously, there are
a
all
bunch of
kinds
world
of
wars
videos.
and shit.
There are videos of like there are deep faked videos of like Kim Jong Un like threatening to fucking unleash nuclear hell on the whole planet, but it's obviously like the technology, the video, like it's a deep faked video of his face too, so you can kind of tell that it doesn't look very real, but it's just like, at what point does this technology get so good that you can't tell anymore? And at what point is there too much information to be able to tell what's real from fake? That's already the case right now.
The next decade. At least maybe 2.
2030.
Before we get 50 years old, for sure it's gonna be out there. Has to be. Because all these people focus on their whole life
Sure,
is
filters and everything.
elevating that shit.
Filter technology too is insane.
Even in China, bro, they have like face recognition where they can put your
Yeah,
face
facial
on a
rec-
body.
Dude,
No,
they
facial
have-
recognition
They have
technology in
so
China.
much shit.
In China is so
China.
fucking scary, bro. They're like, apparently if you're seen like jaywalking at the street at the wrong time, they'll catch your camera. They'll catch your face on camera, and then they'll plaster your face all on this billboard, and then it'll be like, here's like a mug shot of this guy. Basically, we recognized you walking down the street. We caught you breaking the law, and here's all sorts of reasons why this guy is a piece of shit. He jaywalks. He calls into work late. He doesn't pay his bills on time, and they basically like shun people and shame people. But then it gets really worse because it's like, we're thinking like, oh, it's jaywalking, but then there are
Jaywalking
other
is such a
times.
dumbass crime.
It comes
It's
back
such-
to the cyberpunk
Such a
shit, bro.
dumbass crime.
Same back to the cyberpunk.
Is it a dumb crime though? Because you don't want no dumbasses to get fucking hit by a car, and then that's the jaywalker's fault. But
See,
then the driver has to live with that on their conscience.
if
'Cause
there's
some
no
fucking
cars on the
dumbass
road
might-
and you're just jaywalking and a cop like comes off like the street and stuff, you're like, hey, you're
Jaywalking
jaywalking.
is
here's
definitely
here's
retarded.
200 fucking here's $200 dollars ticket here you got to fucking pay. I think that's fucking stupid.
Some cop.
But
is
if
a-
it- but if-
jaywalking shouldn't be an
It's always
enforced
just
crime.
it's
I don't
always just
think.
depending on the context. Like if a car was about to run him over because he is jaywalking, like not intentionally, like accidentally.
Mhm.
Like if the car's turning in a corner and the guy's jaywalking, he didn't see him, he was about to run him over. I think that deserves the fine.
See, there's a reason for those laws. It may be kind of stupid, but
when
Well,
I
yeah.
was 12, I jaywalked and some cop pulled me over, but
What are you doing over in
stopped
my
me.
land,
He's like, hey,
boy?
come here. He like gave me the wave. Come here. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, oh, you jaywalked. He's like, next time I'm giving you a fine.
He was just wondering why you were over in his
Fuck
land,
12.
bro. He was wondering why you were
yeah,
over in his
seriously,
land.
who the hell would want to
And
be a
he
cop?
wasn't even
in
he wasn't even coming
2023?
on like the street, the main street that I live on. He was coming off like a side. I was like 2 blocks from Adam's house, right by the laundromat. I was right over there, jaywalked, and he's like, oh, you can't be doing that. He's like, next time it's gonna be a fine. I'm like, bro, I could have been like selling drugs or murdering people out here, some like major
They
shit.
definitely got other things to worry about.
At 12?
At 12. Yeah, they didn't give.
Who's murdering niggas at 12?
There are people out there. Not me, but there are probably people out there.
He said,
Then
"Not
again,
me."
then again, you also gotta realize how come a cop is fucking telling a fucking 12-year-old to not jaywalk?
Because he bored. He ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, that's true. They got quotas,
now
bro.
that could
They
be
ain't
a
got
mur-
nothing else
that
to
could
do.
be a murderer's mindset too, because he's bored. He can murder somebody at 12. You know, it's like
And then I was 16. I was longboarding on the sidewalk, and this cop like came from the other side of the street and pulled me over, going the opposite way.
Wow.
And he's like, "Hey, you can't be on the sidewalk doing that. You got to be on the road." And I'm like, if I'm on the road, I'm about to get hit by a car.
Hell no, I don't trust other drivers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to get hit by a car.
I'm about to get hit by a car, fool. You want me
Because
to die?
the space between a car driving and a parked car is like less than a foot. I don't want to get ran over.
Honestly, though, like, I understand why you got to be in the road. Like, those fuckers with the birds, bro. Like, even I hate dealing with those fuckers on the birds when you're in the car.
For context, birds are the birds are
I'm talking about like when you're
the city
driving.
standard of the scooters, motorized scooters.
Bleep.
Just for context.
Yeah, they're like electronic scooters.
They're
that you
fun.
Can rent out on your phone. They're pretty fun. You can go like 25, 30 miles per hour downhill if you're lucky.
They're expensive though.
But all I'm saying is having to share the road with those things at times can be fucking annoying as hell because
You got dumbass motherfuckers, left, right, like fucking swerving, zigzagging back and forth and shit.
Back and forth.
Like, this is fun.
and also like nobody actually knows how to do proper signaling, like with bike signaling.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit.
like you're
Nobody
we
knows how
did
to
that in
do that
school.
anymore.
I never actually paid attention to it.
Nobody actually knows
you
how to
didn't pay
do
attention
that.
to nothing in high school.
I was never there.
He probably was not.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I
say
felt you on that,
exactly
my
that.
boy. I felt you on that, my boy.
I can tell.
I'm about to say,
I skipped hella school.
You skipped school to play
I
2K.
skipped hella school. I admit it.
Look
I
at
was
that.
I was dumb as fuck, but you know,
Oh,
you
God.
live and you learn. You
I-
live and you learn.
I
Stay in
text
school.
him.
I spent too much of my high school years being
I
dumb.
text him. I'm like, "Where you at?" I don't play 2K.
It's fucking 8 in the morning.
It was way too
On a
easy
Wednesday
because my
or on
freaking
Tuesday.
my family, they all worked. My brother moved out at the time, so it was just me and my parents at the crib, and they worked first shift, so they're gone at like 6:30, 7 in the morning.
They're going your whole day of school day.
Yeah, they're basically gone for the whole day of school, so I could just I definitely fucked up and I took advantage of that way more times than I should have, and I just didn't go to school.
What would you?
And then they'd come home at like 3:00, and my ass would fucking throw on my fucking backpack and shit, and get dressed and walk outside, and then walk around for an hour and come back home about 3:30.
Walk around for an hour.
Man.
So I mean, it looked like I went
See,
to school.
I
But
ain't never had to do that because my parents worked like first shift, but I would be getting
I
home
don't
before
condone
they.
skipping school, by the way, kids. Go to school.
Stay in school for real.
Education is really important.
Is it though? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But
It's just
nah.
after after like your high school is done. It's just depending. It's just
We don't
on
want
you.
kids to end up like you, Devon.
I don't
stay
know.
in
I
school.
think I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Ninja Turtles.
You thought.
How many jobs did you take you to get? Fuck
Fuck you.
I ain't trying to fuck them up.
It's okay.
But no, like
It's scary when
my
you see
parents worked first shift, so and I would get home before them. So it was like I'd stay home, sit in bed all day, and like I'm like, come on.
You're crazy as fuck. Cause whenever I quote unquote skipped school, I didn't do it often. But whenever I did, I never go back home.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
Fuck
bro.
that shit, dude. If I get caught, they can come home on early. Like, how the fuck are you here? I'm like, I don't know.
Hell no. That's why I always paid attention.
I got bitched at hard.
Yeah,
If I heard the car, I'd go out the back door. So
I'm out.
it only happened like a few times. I mean, there was one time where they came. I was not paying attention. They walked in the door. I was like, oh shit.
Under the bed. No.
Devon's just sitting there. Oh, hi.
It's like
Nice to meet you.
it's like you weren't supposed to be home yet.
I'm sleepwalking.
I did not calculate for this.
Nah, when I skipped like the few times,
Wow. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow, holy shit.
I would not go home.
Mm-mm.
My parents were home the whole day, every day, and if I would go home, I would be under the ground right now,
For sure.
or in a different country.
For sure.
Or in a different country. Yeah, definitely. Well, how would your parents react, or you say to them if the school called your parents? How would you do it, Adam? What would you do?
I'm getting beat.
This is not tips.
I
This is
can't
not
lie. I didn't
tips.
go. I just
You just didn't go, but like the school had to at least call your parents.
They called them. They sent in letters and shit. I got the letters. They called them.
He said I intercepted him.
I got the letters, but they definitely called. But then I made up. I used to lie. I admit. I
Well,
would
yeah,
lie.
of course, you're gonna have to.
That's what he's saying.
Well, I told them that it was a lot of bullshit from the school's attendance system fucking up, and that I was there.
Okay,
And that actually happened a lot
of
at
the same
Yeah,
thing.
that
is
actually
true.
happened a lot at South too, where I had like literally like thousands of hours of
'cause y'all
detention time.
I had all that.
Yeah, I literally had 1,000 minutes of detention time because like a lot of the
Damn.
times the computer system was down. So then they'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, your teacher will mark you as present for the class at the end. Like, don't worry about it." but the system was down. Like the way it worked, it's
Oh.
like it's kind of like a punch-in system. So every class, you go into your math class, and then you either swipe your ID card or you punch in your code to say that you were present for that class.
So they're already used to like this shit happening at South. So for those that need the context, Adam went to a different school in the first 2 years of high school, and then he came into most of the people's same school in the last 2 years of high school. So
yeah, and I could also kind of abuse the fact that my parents aren't really that fully acclimated to America,
yeah,
so I could
You
kind of abuse
motherfucker.
that.
I mean,
I cannot say that.
it is
My
true.
parents are like fucking. They know everything, bro. They called them one time,
Well,
bro. They on my ass.
I've matured over the years, so I've actually used that to their benefit to help them understand shit like with related to work and filing taxes and all that kind of stuff, and any sort of technological thing. You know, I'm your guy. Like I'll help them out and stuff now. But
You a good son, man.
back then,
you a good son.
He's a bad.
Now you
we're
a good
working
son.
on it.
Now
We're
you a
working
good
on it.
son.
I'm working on it. Forever working on it.
I think you should just kind of understand that your parents are literally here in order for you to build yourself and to be your own person, so you can live life without them. That's the best way I can tell, like, from a parent's side. It's just literally from being born to 18, your parents are everything and you're everything to your parents. But after that, they'll treat you like an adult. They'll talk to you like an adult, but you have to do the same back. You're not the same person you were when you were 18. You are literally an adult now. And they're literally using the 18 years to build you into your own person. They can guide you. They can force their ways into make you a better, quote unquote, better person, like education and all that shit. But their main goal also is just to make sure that you're able to live for yourself and make sure you can survive all this shit when they're gone. And that's the sad way to go at it, but that's really what it is, because the more you grow older too, the more people that are involved in your life, sentimental, maybe even like very close or not even super close, you want them to kind of have that notion or that instinct to like, I want to care for you. I care for you so much. I want to help you build you. And if I'm gone, I want you to be okay. You know?
And you gotta think about it, bro. You're first generation American, bro. Your parents came from nothing. Your parents came from nothing. Half my parents came from nothing. I don't know about Devon. But you gotta think about it. They came from nothing, man. They trying to build a better life for you. They want to see you succeed, even if it's just a little bit better than they did. They don't want to see you go through the same struggles, same bullshit. They want to see you have a nice, not even just a car, a house. Because in other countries, you can't just buy a car and a house. Like, it's nothing.
And that's the hard thing, too, is for them to try to understand what their kid is going through, because they didn't have to deal with that shit. In reality, they dealt with worse shit. So it's like, quote unquote kids nowadays, mental health is fucking major in today's society. Mental health was not a thing back when my parents had to go through high school and all that shit. They literally had to carry their own self. So I kind of look at people that are kind of similar to me, maybe similar age, maybe even younger, to be like, you know, my dad, you know, I want to kill myself because my dad's like this. I want to kill myself because my dad's like, or my mom's like that. I look at them, I'm like, you gotta remember, these motherfuckers do so many things to have so many uncomfortable and embarrassing moments, not in one thought. Even when you eat double that, if you were born, when you were born, never thought in their mind to wanting to kill themselves or end it all. It was just super worth it. You have to make it super worth it for them. So, funny story. I think I mentioned this to you guys before, but I used to be that kind of kid back in high school to want everything about me, but realizing it, I never knew that, because I don't want everything about me as like as a motive, because I want to be there for everybody. But in reality, the ways I did it, it was all about me. So having all this quote unquote depression, I say quote unquote because it's not real depression. I was just a dumbass kid. But posting on Facebook about, you know, I wish somebody would message me, but I really want the attention from the specific person. What?
The door moved. This
Oh, it's locked. It's just the wind. But anyways,
It's Casper.
Yeah.
First episode goes.
Yeah, what the fuck? But anyways, having the ideas of, I'm having depression because nobody will talk to me. I really want that specific attention from one person. And if that person wasn't giving it to me, it's the world is ending to me. So one day I go home and I'm, skipping class. I just don't want to. I'm not focused on class. My dad questions me about it, and it's hard for him to understand me, literally. So I call his bluff. I'm like, or I called him out because I'm like, you're never there for me, blah blah blah. He always does this like literally my middle school through high school, saying, what happens if what happens if I die tomorrow? What happens if your mom dies tomorrow? What will you do? What will you do? You need to focus on this shit because I want you to take advantage of the things that are here for you now, unless they're until they're gone, maybe even tomorrow. I pushed those questions to the side and I never gave a fuck, dude. I was just like, well, I don't know what I'll do. I'll live.
Wow.
That's literally what I told him to his face. And ever since those moments, he still never gave up on me. And so, and then the moment of me lashing out on him, saying, you're never there for me, blah, blah, blah. I want to fucking kill myself, blah, blah, blah. He goes, then you're fucking stupid. And I'm like, whoa.
He's not lying,
That's
man.
fucked up.
They say you go out like a coward if you angry.
Yeah, exactly. So I looked at it. I'm like, that's fucked up. He's super heartless, blah, blah, blah. But the more I start to think about it, the more I start to talk to my siblings to say, that's just how he talks. You got to remember, this dude did all this and basically the same ideas I had to tell the younger people and younger generations. And I started to, replay that in my mind. I start to appreciate this. Like, he's done so much shit. And I also have to put myself in his shoes. I don't think I could do that nowadays.
But you got to think about it, too. When he's not there at your house, whatever, for you, what is he doing? He's out there working for your family.
Exactly.
He's trying to build that.
Exactly.
And him asking your questions to you, like, what will you do if I die today or tomorrow? He's trying to build you as a man.
Exactly.
He's trying to build character, trying to build resistance of, is he going to be okay on his own? Because one day they're not going to be there. My parents say the same thing to me. What are you going to do if we die today? Oh, I got this job. I can do this and that. Like, that's not shit. What are you really going to do, like, for this family? Because
that's like short-term shit.
We're not going to be here one day. And they say this. It's sad because it's true. But one day we're not going to have no parents.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's why I just kind of picked myself up and made myself a better man after that.
And that's why I think, too, like, I want to start spending more time with my parents because...
Oh, yeah.
I hang out with my friends too much. Like, it's nice and shit to see you guys every day, but, like, my parents on like a time limit. We got more time together than we do with our parents.
That's true.
So
I'm telling you, man, like ever since you would move out, ever since I moved out, I started to grow a bond with my parents even more. It's gotten way stronger. I'm telling you, as soon as you turn 18, they'll start to talk to you like an adult. They'll start to treat you like one. As long as you treat them with the same, everything's good. You can't act like you're 17 again when you're 22. It's not the same thing.
And ever since I went to Mexico, man, family is everything. The last name in Mexico was everything. Who are you? Oh, I'm so-and-so. This is my last name. Oh, are you cool or you're not cool? Everything. Your family is everything. Ride or die to the end, right or wrong. Family is that's the last thing you got. Because your friends, well, we got a good group of friends. So we're really pretty much family. I consider you guys family. But if you guys just got acquaintances and families, if you're in the hospital right now, they're not going to come see you. Only your family's going to come through. You're down on your shit. You're homeless, whatever. You got a drug addiction. Like, they're not going to come trying to help you. Your family's going to be there, man. Family is the core of everything.
No matter what the situation is, they're always going to be there. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think that's definitely something that I need to work on, is to be more appreciative of my family while they're still here. It feels like it's so easy to get so caught up in life, our own struggles, and everyone else is struggling too. But it's just so easy to get so centered on yourself and kind of lose connection with your family, I guess. Well, I guess self speaking.
Yeah, it's always
being so like kind of closed off. It's kind of hard for me to connect.
With
my family.
Yeah, then again, you also got to take that first step, because the amount of times they try to talk to you, you shut them out to where they have to be numb to that. They have to force themselves for you to be comfortable with them. And the more of the fact that you're not going to go to them, they'll just leave it. They'll just be like, as long as he's breathing, that's all I care about.
That is true.
It's sad because there's so many situations where kids nowadays don't talk to their parents, and literally the communication between kids and parents are just through arguing and disagreeing, and it causes a lot of problems. And you just gotta take a look back. Is like how my siblings would tell me. Take a look back. Think about what they said. It's always depending on how not what you say. It always depends on how you say it.
I don't really argue with my family. Like we don't really
Mhm.
yell that much, but it's just like more so like just being like, you know, intimate and like spending
Yep.
time together as a family. I don't really do that too much, but I'm getting better.
Yeah,
I've been trying to talk to them more.
You gotta
and
understand, like your parents,
as I've been trying to figure my own shit
especially
out,
with your
I'm getting
parents. I don't
better
know
at
if they
that.
they probably kept the same job for like your whole basically life, right? Or maybe even such. But even still, with the working capable or working at a job, they go to work and that consumes most of their time of the day. They come home, they expect to be comfortable with their family,
Mhm.
but then the children are not willing to talk. Literally everything is sad and depressing to them because they've built this foundation for all of us to roam around and do whatever we want to build even more foundations for the family, but they feel like they're not a part of it. So it's super sad to think about. I go to work, do bust my ass off in order to give you clothes, give you money. I am an asshole if I were to remind you every day because I don't want you to be the bad person. I want to teach you all these things, but it's so sad that me stressed out at work is not as stressed out as how I am at home. I feel like going to work is just another place that I can actually do what I need to do. I need to be comfortable at home. I'm not comfortable at home, but I just want to shut it out because as the imposing leading figure, mother and father, I have to be aware of what I say, and I know everything I will say won't compute with you and it will offend you, but I don't want to hurt you and make you go through those things again, so I'll just stay quiet.
I don't blame my family at all for anything that like for our relationship. I know that 95% of it is me and the baggage and shit that I need to sort through on my own. And then I think once I get to a better place, I'll be more open and willing to be closer with them.
So how do you guys feel about this? So like outside your immediate family, like for me personally, I think the grandparents are the glue of the family. Like with your cousins, uncles, nephews, whatever.
Oh,
Like
100%.
like when I like my grandma left, like I kind of lost touch with the outside of my
Uh-huh.
family instead of my immediate family. But when I go to Mexico now, my grandma's still alive, so like we have a good connection. But I'm scared that I'm gonna lose in touch with my uncles and my cousins because like the grandma is the glue.
Exactly.
It's the one that brings everyone together to the same table.
Because it's your grandparents are the people to communicate with you to how your parents are. That's how it was for me with my siblings. I never really talked to my grandparents, but my grandpa being lost his life like a couple years ago, it was hard because I never had that communication. And after like death or something, you start to think and you start to regret and all that. So I had a lot of that, but I still don't really talk to them like that. But I know what their intentions are and all that shit to take care of me. There's just like a second mother and father, right? But that's how my siblings are to me. The person, not the messenger, but the one that helped me calm down and communicate on how my parents are, because that's what your literal grandparents are. The parents of your parents. They know how they are. You just got to be careful what they did. This is how I dealt with it, and this is how it is. So I think that's true. They are the fucking glue. It just got dark all of a sudden. It just
Kind
got
of did, but see, I feel like I'm the opposite because I don't really talk to my parents. Like especially after I moved, I don't really talk to my parents. My bad. I don't really I don't talk to them. Like I'll talk to them every once in a while, but probably the only immediate family I like actually sit there and talk to is probably my older brother. Shout out to Devon. But like I don't know. Like we've never me and my parents like never argued or anything.
Mhm.
Like nothing like serious or anything. I just I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it's just uncomfortable. You're just uncomfortable.
A little bit.
Is it the idea
But
of
I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I talk to my dad every once in a while.
that, and you talk to your mom a lot. Shout out to Mama House.
Yeah.
She's an amazing one. I've never met her, but we know of each other, and she's great.
I met her at his grad party.
But is
Well,
it
yeah.
is it the idea of the fear of feeling weak as being the son that they shouldn't have had? Like I'm not
What
to
do you
what they expected. I haven't even exceeded the things they expected, and I feel like a failure every time I would open up. I feel like I'm weak to open up, Is that because usually that can be the case.
I think for
Yeah.
him, it's kind of
Yeah.
like how me and my dad are. Like my dad's not really affectionate, so he doesn't say I love you. He does on the phone. He's not like, hey, goodbye,
Oh, yeah.
have a good day. Like
Yeah, because I'm definitely not an affection person.
with
at
him,
all.
it's probably like that's always been his whole life. So he's kind of just like used to like that same
Yeah.
interaction with his parents, where it's
Yeah,
just like
like,
a
I'm
common
like-
basis.
even you guys know I'm not a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
not about that shit.
Put that heart down. No, I was kidding.
I feel like about the only time I'm actually affectionate is obviously with my girlfriend, but other than that,
Yeah.
I'm closed off.
We definitely have thoughts about like, we wish you could open up more, but we can't force that out of you, man. You
Yeah.
just gotta be comfortable, If, like, we understand like the amount of mentalities, strong mentalities and shit you would need to open up, but knowing you, man, like living life the way it is, and you're still not considered like being suicidal and all that shit. It makes you a stronger man if you deal with it on your own. But it also is nice to have people around you to tell you, hey, man, it's not your fault.
Mm.
It's always good to hear like another person's perspective.
Just know, man, you suicidal, I'm beating your ass in heaven when I get there. So you best not be. I need
What you
you here,
mean,
man.
I'm not going up there.
I need you. Okay, you better not be. I need you right here. Vato needs you.
Yeah, man. For real though, like we're not like I said, we're not forcing you to open up whenever. It's just on you. Little idea of we're opening the door for you. You just gotta walk through it, man.
I
And,
appreciate that.
yeah, seriously,
I do
though.
appreciate that.
Pretty much like back to Adam said, bro. We all go through our own struggles, man, but we're all here for each other.
Yeah.
If you want to say something, and we're gonna be here for you. You don't want to say nothing, man, we're still gonna be here for you. But just know you're not alone, though. We're all here for each other. You guys outside the group, everybody.
But also just know that whenever you're in a whenever you're
We are family.
whenever you're gonna get close to a conflict between the people that you care about, be patient. Consider their feelings and how they would feel for the way they have talked to you. Like, if, for example, like if I have the idea of like you really need to open up to me because I've done so much of this shit and all this shit to you, and you wouldn't understand it, right? I would appreciate if you were to like take a step back to be like, this is what I'm doing to make him like this. He has done this for me, and I think I should just give it back by actually giving him what he wants. But it's also just in the same mindset of the other person to be like, am I going a little bit too harsh? Am I telling him something that he needs to hear, but he shouldn't, the way I'm saying it, But I think you just got to think outside of the box, because during disasters of friendships and relationships, ego and pride are the main problems between each parties.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes when I argue with Nuku, I don't have my ego. I tell her, I'm like, hey, I understand everything you're saying. It's not right, but I understand it.
Right.
But still, it's just make them feel like what they're saying is
It's like you
It's hurt.
you understand like their point of view, like,
Yeah.
in a way.
like make sure
You gotta see at least some part of their view
Mhm.
in
I
order to
mean-
be able to change it.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, Luke. I got your back, verse Nuku. Pull up, Nuku. No,
I mean, you guys already know the way I talk to the certain person in the group chat. I give you this sympathy because of your situation, but me doing all what I'm doing makes me feel like I have an authority to say and feel some type of way, and for you to take it personally, because this is personal to me.
It's
So-
hard because you got to put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
But if you haven't been through the same things they've been through,
It
you
just
can't
makes
really,
Oh, yeah.
it
you really
makes it
can't be
even
in
harder.
their shoes. But you can kind of like imagine it.
You can't empathize.
Uh-huh.
You can only sympathize at
Yep.
that point.
You can only be there for them, pretty much.
Mhm. I can only give you advice. I can't force you to be the person I am, like quote unquote, like smokers and drinkers. Everybody's just wondering why I don't smoke and drink, but they never force me to. They never peer pressure me to. That's why I respect you guys a lot, because you guys never peer pressure me to, even though sometimes you guys do. But still, anyway, but like
Take a drink of this water.
you guys never judge me for not doing it, and I never judge you guys for doing it and for not forcing me to too. Because it's just that genuine respect between all of us.
Nah, I judge you.
It's your own choice,
No, I
man.
was
kidding.
You do you with your own body.
Yeah.
Your
That's
body is a temple.
Yeah, if you want to smoke crack, man, smoke crack, man.
Whoa,
I do
no.
do
Nah, I was
meth,
kidding.
though.
Don't do
Okay.
hard drugs, man.
That's true. If you do want to smoke crack, you should be free to smoke crack. I don't recommend you smoke crack, but you should be
Nah,
free
you better
too.
take your ass to Washington State
Damn.
and stay over there. We don't want you here.
Why Washington?
It's legal. Everything's legal over there.
It's just so fucked.
No, is it Washington? Oregon?
Oregon.
Oregon, my bad. Oregon. Take your ass to Oregon.
But yeah, just kind of have that sympathy and just put yourself in other people's shoes, and then the more you do that, the more you start to understand yourself and to care for yourself. To be like, I am a really caring person, and it's proof to you that like I've literally done all of this. You know.
I also think that there's nothing wrong with like trying to open up to your family because like
Oh yeah.
like they're not gonna like judge you for opening up to them.
They
at
know
all.
you. They really know you.
I think it really does ride deep enough like that.
Yeah, like if you open up the next day, be like, boy, I knew that shit. You only eat hot dogs.
But that's why I like having like a multi-race like friendship, because I can learn how you guys grew up. You guys can learn how I grew up. We can kind of like bounce ideas off each other. I might tell you what I'm going through, vice versa. You might tell me what you're going through, but we kind of bounce ideas off each other.
It's always the perspective, man.
So
the knowledge of the other person can do so many things to you, but their opinions they could affect you, but you can also have it not affect you. It's just depending on how you take things, you know?
It's like new knowledge, man. You either can take it in and ride with it, or you can take it in and throw it out the window.
For real.
It all depends on the person.
Yeah, depending on the person,
And
man.
if you even need the information.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But
ain't it also on how you say it too?
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, it's not depending on what you say, it's just how you say it.
Because like if you say something that just like it sounds like you're what's the word?
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like especially if you like
it's
sound,
the tone of voice,
yeah,
for
if,
sure.
if you sound disrespectful, I'm gonna cut you. Like I'm gonna like not gonna listen or anything. I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah. Also, like that's why we have that's why there's a
really?
lot of arguments between.
Shut the hell up.
That's not like there's a lot of arguments, and we always touch upon this, but there's a lot of arguments between us in texting format. You don't.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, we
like,
can't
the
tell
tone.
if you're
Texting
mad
is
or
such a
not.
terrible
You can't tell the
way of
tone.
communicating.
Even with communicating with like a person, like somebody cannot have periods throughout their whole texting phase of like you and like relationship and all that. But as soon as they put that period, shit's serious, you know? It's like, oh, it's like, for example, if Nuku and I would be like, we talk normal, no periods, and no, we do capitals and shit. But if I'm asking her like, how's your day? She's like, it's good. But with like a period at the end, I'm like, all right, shit's about to blow over. What's going on? You know? But if it's different. If it's good without the period. Like, okay. You know?
There really is like a whole like fucking like sub meta game to texting, bro. Like it's fucking stupid. Like when you're communicating with somebody and it's like, oh, they texted me. I don't want to respond back right away because I don't want to seem too clingy. So I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes to make it seem like I'm busy. It's just like I hate that there's like a weird like fucking weird like game to texting and emojis and everything to it. And I think that
this is why I don't text. This is why I don't text. This is why I send voice
I was
messages.
about to say, you send voice messages.
This is why I send. People hate me for sending voice messages because they say you might as well just text it. But this is why I voice message, because
it does make sense.
you can hear my tone.
voice message isn't bad.
You can hear what I'm saying clearly. Maybe not clearly sometimes, but
Hell no.
But you
Never
know
speak clearly.
my attitude towards the voice message of what I'm saying.
You know the tone, you know the feeling, and
all you hear is, you a bitch.
it's either that or like, órale, ¿qué pasó, güey, vato?
¿Qué pasó, güey, vato?
Exactly. But yeah, always remember, everybody, it's not how you say it. It's just it's not the way
What
you
you
say
say.
it. Wait.
Not what you say. It's not what you say.
Okay, it's not what you say. It's how you say it. So I'm
There
fucking
you
up.
go.
It's a lot of thoughts going
It
on.
does also matter what you say too, though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't say no disrespectful stuff nicely.
Yeah. You do it all the time.
You be like,
Respectfully.
respectfully. Shut the fuck up.
Respectfully,
Respectfully.
Devon a bitch.
Yes, he says all the time.
I'm putting some respect on it though.
Just that little
nicer.
salt of respect. The little salt and seasonings. Well, guys, that is going to be the end of our episode. We touched a lot about AIs and all that shit. We got a little bit darker at the end of the podcast, but we appreciate you guys listening to this.
Come to the dark side.
Come to the dark side.
thank
But
you.
Fuck the light side. Who wants to do that?
if
It's
you guys
not fun over there.
make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want topics for us to talk about the next podcast, make sure you comment it down below. But we'll see you next time. I'm Lucas the Shroom. I'm signing out.
I'm Adam.
Devon, you're
I'm Vato Justin. Adios, Vato. Send us some topics, though. Give us some feedback. Let us
And
know
you
how you're
guys
feeling
know-
about the podcast.
And you know our catchmark phrase: "Don't be an a-hole."
Be a BeeHole.
Thanks,
See you next
guys.
time.
Adios.